And hello everyone, here's Mr. Cadenas, and we are here for a quick guide today. A guide about the map sites. It's not something that people usually think about, but it has some importance in them, some advantages and disadvantages, and I'm here to talk about them. First of all, I apologize for not posting videos lately for like I don't even know how long, because I was kind of busy those weeks taking care of my driving lessons, about a job that I will have, and I will start at day 12. And also because I was in vacations for like 3 days with a friend of mine. So, sorry about this, and I will try to post more videos. Because of that, I will upload the second part of the Barren Line guide and this one. I didn't saw any reviews on the videos. I hope there is some, at least one, or something like this. Just could be nice. Some interaction, guys. Come on. Anyway, so let's start. So I will start talking about the blue side. What is the blue side? Is this one. There. Those three lanes. This side of the map. So, advantages and disadvantages. Basically, to see this, we have to cut the map in half. Do this. And don't pay attention to to half of the map. So don't pay attention to this. There. We're just gonna look at half of the map. So, first of all, blue side. Before everything, the draft. Picking the champions. The blue side will always pick first. So it's blue, then red, red, blue, blue, red, red, and blue, blue again. To the other side, it's gonna be after the first blue, two reds, then blue, blue, two reds, and one red. So, what does it mean? The blue side always picks first. This one. This one is a pick that you basically want to lock a champion that is good in his lane, no matter what, really strong overall, and or doesn't have a lot of counter picks, which is doesn't have a lot of bad matchups, or can do well, or just a really good champion overall. I would say probably Irelia on this case. That is a champion that is really strong. So that's first. Then the first thing about the red side is this one. Can immediately pick a really good duo without being interrupted. Something like Lulu Jinx, Xayah Rakan, Brom Kaisa, something like that. A really good duo, or even like mid jungle duo that is really aggressive, really strong. Also, on this is not a system that is yet on the game because we don't have enough champions, but the ban system, banning champions. What is it? For those who don't know, it's before picking. You say, okay, I don't want to play against, I will say Renekton. So Renekton cannot be picked. As simple as it gets. Usually on League of Legends PC, it's about here. There. So each part locks 3 champions, and then there is a second main phase. The first main phase has 3 champions, and the second one, other two. Anyway, so one good part about the draft is this one. The last pick. That's always sure that the red side can counter pick. Anyway, this one, usually you want to keep it or give it to an ally that already knows what to play, that feels safe with it, a champion that is strong actually, and doesn't have a lot of counter picks. Now, about the map itself. Let's look at the Baron lane. So, let's not forget about the bush. That's really a really important part. There, this one, and this one. Um, it's a lot easier for the jungler to come and gank like this, or even behind the Baron Pit, or even just like this, instead of if it is the red side jungler, this one, coming from here, here, or even here, which is totally doable and perfect for a dive, but a bit harder. So the Baron lane is safer. Now, about objectives itself. Oops, there. So the Baron Pit. Pit is this thing here. You see? This part where the Baron is. It's a lot easier for the blue side to just come from different ways. Can come safely from this side, sneaky, and being on the splash. Can totally come from here, can totally come on this side too. Really safe. But about the red side, look at the map, it's awkward. You can come from here really far, here on the splash, but this splash is bad because if the enemy has a ward here, they can basically see from here, more or less. They can see you come. If they place a ward here, they can see you anyway on the splash. Even better because if the ward isn't on the splash, you can like walk close to the back of the red buff and you can be on the splash without being noticed. And you can also come from here or from mid, which overall is kind of awkward because it gives time to the enemy to see where you are coming. If you have 3 wards that you need to place if you are on the blue side to be like really easy, really safe, is basically here. Oops, a bit too big. Okay, so on the splash, here, and here. Or eventually here, it's a bit better. Yeah, forget about this one, here. If you place those 3 wards, basically you can see enemies coming from everywhere. Eventually, if they come from this side, it's something, but you can still see them come, it's a bit too far away. Now, this can just give you the idea about how easy it is. Now, exact same thing, opposite side of the map. Before I keep going, just want to talk about mid lane ganks. Okay, here. It's basically the same as the jungler. So, just a bit smaller, there. If I am on this side, on the blue, I can come here, from the river, and try to gank like a jungler, or even can really nicely come to the back of the Baron Pit, and because of the Tribush, if the enemy doesn't ward it, I can literally come from behind the enemy. If the enemies are here, not in the middle, but like more on the blue side, you can totally come from behind. So if you're playing a Baron laner on the red side, think about a Baron laner with a lot of mobility. Now, if I am on mid and I want to gank the bot, it's kind of awkward because I need to go here and go here, which is like really risky, or even like here behind the blue buff, which is totally risky. The mid laner only needs to come here, and the jungler will get you and kill you. Um, and it's awkward overall because the best thing that you can do to stay like unseen is if the enemies overextend, they are here, and you can come from here on the tribush again and come from behind. But it's basically ganking your own side, and it's really difficult to the enemies. As the same as the Baron. Let's see, red. Okay, can come from here, from here, from here, totally safe. About the blue, the same as the Baron, exactly the same. Here, which is kind of awkward, even from mid, from your own lane, from your own try bush. So basically, bush and Pete's position is what makes the some advantages and disadvantages on the side. Think about this. The blue jungler is attacking the dragon. Solo. No one knows that he's there. The enemy jungler comes. Boom. Where can he escape? He has to take basically a risk and a risky route, and going from this side if the bot lane has priority, or this side if the mid lane has priority. So if you are a jungler on the blue side, only do this if you have priorities on both lanes, which is better because the lanes can come and help you. But if it's risky on blue, it's not that risky on red. The red jungler is taking the dragon alone. If the blue jungler comes, let's say from this side or this side, the only thing that you need to do is literally this, and you save this if he's coming from this side. Sorry, this way if he's coming from this side, or this way if he's coming from this side. Simple. And one small detail that can be like, I would say, game changing about the mid lane. The mid laner is here to take the bull buff. It's basically the same. There is literally no difference in that. But about the ADC, both of the ADCs are here. As for the red, as for the blue. And can you tell me where the red buff is? Here. I just discovered that I could do this. Damn it. So, if the jungler wants to let the red buff to the ADC, here, and come back to lane. What about this one? The best thing that you can do is, when he recalls, go there, take it, and go all the way there, which is non-optimal. So it's better, in this case, to leave the red buff to the Baron laner while it's still on the laning phase. Try to give the red buff to a lane to get the advantage, or if the jungler wants to take it, and do like a red buff mid or red buff Baron. It's so much better. So yeah, basically those are the advantages. It's a really simple and short thing, but it can make some difference. It's basically about details, about the wait. I'll just quickly show you. I'm gonna use white, just a little bit bigger. Okay, so it's basically about the tribush. It's about the difficulty to gank, about the objectives, and about the draft. So the tribush, the red buff eventually for the ADCs, but most importantly, the objectives. So that's everything that you need to know. That's basically it. So guys, I hope you like it. I hope it wasn't too long for you. I hope you learned something with that. I hope it will help you in the future pick champions or knowing if you can be a bit more aggressive or not. For example, in the Baron lane, you can play a safer champion because you are in the safer spot, and you should play a champion with more mobility because of the Stribush. Basically, same for the bot lane. About mid, try to pick a champion that likes to farm if you are on this side, or sorry, on the blue side, because ganking it's harder, or a champion with more mobility because it's easier to gank. So yeah, guys, it was it for today. I hope you like it. If you like, give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike. Don't forget to comment and talk about your friends or something like this that could like this kind of videos. Tell me what kind of videos would you like. So guys, I will say see you next time and stay safe. See ya.